Imagine stepping into your garden and picking fresh herbs for every meal without replanting them each year. Perennial herbs return season after season, providing fresh flavor, wonderful fragrance, and lush greenery with very little maintenance. Whether you grow them in a backyard, a raised bed, or a few containers on a balcony, they're an easy way to create a productive and beautiful garden. In today's video, we'll introduce 8 hardy perennial herbs that keep producing for years with minimal effort. Stay until the end, because one of them is so resilient that once it's established, it's incredibly difficult to remove. 1. Chives, the easygoing herb that keeps coming back. Among all perennial herbs, few are as dependable and effortless to grow as chives. If there were a competition for the most reliable herb in the garden, chives would undoubtedly rank near the very top. Their slender green leaves may not seem especially impressive at first glance, but they provide outstanding harvests, adapt to a wide range of growing conditions, and return faithfully year after year with almost no effort from the gardener. One of the earliest signs that winter is coming to an end is often the sight of fresh chive shoots pushing through the soil. While many plants are still dormant, these bright green leaves begin growing vigorously, bringing life and color back to the garden. Once established, chives become stronger with each passing season. They grow happily in full sun but also tolerate partial shade remarkably well, making them suitable for many different garden locations. As long as the soil drains reasonably well, they continue expanding into larger clumps that provide even bigger harvests every year. Their ability to thrive with only occasional attention makes them an excellent choice for beginners and busy gardeners alike. In the kitchen, chives are one of the most versatile herbs available. Their gentle onion flavor enhances countless dishes without overpowering other ingredients. Fresh leaves can be chopped over scrambled eggs, mixed into soups, stirred into creamy sauces, sprinkled across baked potatoes, blended into herb butter, or added to fresh salads to provide a burst of delicate flavor. During late spring and early summer, chives become even more attractive as they produce rounded clusters of bright purple flowers held high above the foliage. These blossoms are not only beautiful but also edible, adding both color and mild flavor to salads or homemade infused vinegars. They also attract bees, butterflies, and many other pollinating insects, helping create a healthier and more productive garden. Once flowering finishes, simply trimming away the spent flower stalks encourages another flush of fresh green leaves. Some gardeners leave a few flowers to mature and produce seeds, allowing new plants to appear naturally throughout the garden. Maintenance could hardly be easier. Every few years, mature clumps can be divided into several smaller sections and replanted elsewhere. Each new division quickly develops into a healthy plant, making it simple to expand your herb garden without buying additional plants. Productive, attractive, edible, and almost effortless to maintain, chives reward gardeners with years of reliable harvests while asking for very little in return. 2. Lovage, the forgotten herb that deserves a comeback. Although herbs such as basil, parsley, and rosemary often receive most of the attention today, there is another remarkable perennial that was once considered an essential part of nearly every traditional kitchen garden. That herb is lovage. While it has become less common in modern gardens, anyone who grows it quickly understands why it was valued for generations. Lovage combines beauty, impressive size, culinary usefulness, and exceptional durability into a single plant that continues improving year after year. One of the first things gardeners notice is its impressive height. Mature plants frequently grow between 5 and 6 feet tall, creating a bold architectural feature that stands out beautifully among smaller herbs. Its large green leaves resemble celery, but the flavor is much richer and more concentrated, blending hints of celery, parsley, and subtle herbal spice into one distinctive taste. Because the flavor is so intense, only a small amount is needed to enrich soups, stews, stocks, sauces, and countless savory dishes. Nearly every part of the plant can be used. The leaves are excellent for cooking, the hollow stems add flavor to broths and sauces, the seeds can be used as a spice, and even the roots have been valued for centuries in traditional herbal preparations. Very little of the plant goes to waste. Lovage performs best in fertile soil that stays evenly moist without becoming waterlogged. It thrives in full sun but also adapts well to partial shade, allowing it to succeed in many different garden settings. Once established, it is incredibly hardy. It survives freezing winters with ease before returning each spring with vigorous new shoots that grow rapidly into large, lush plants. As summer progresses, tall, flowering stems appear, carrying clusters of soft yellow-green blossoms that attract bees and many other pollinating insects. Because of its height and abundant foliage, lovage also works beautifully as a backdrop in herb gardens and mixed borders, adding both structure and visual interest. Despite its impressive size, maintenance remains minimal. A yearly application of compost combined with occasional watering during prolonged dry periods is often enough to keep the plant thriving. In the kitchen, lovage remains one of the most underrated herbs available. Its aromatic leaves bring exceptional depth of flavor to soups, vegetable dishes, sauces, and homemade stocks, while the seeds add an old-fashioned herbal note to breads, spice blends, and savory recipes. Historically, lovage was appreciated for much more than cooking. For centuries, it played an important role in traditional herbal medicine, and its fragrant oils were commonly used in perfumes, bath products, and household preparations. Growing lovage today feels like rediscovering a forgotten treasure from the past. It offers remarkable beauty, productivity, flavor, resilience, and usefulness, while asking for very little care. Once planted, it faithfully returns year after year, proving that some of the finest herbs are often the ones many gardeners have overlooked. 3. Thyme, a tough little herb that thrives almost anywhere. Although thyme is one of the smallest herbs in the garden, it is also one of the toughest. If herbs had personalities, thyme would be the calm, dependable one that continues growing regardless of dry weather, rocky soil, intense summer heat, or occasional neglect. Its incredible durability comes from its Mediterranean origins, where it evolved on dry hillsides and rocky landscapes exposed to constant sunshine and very little rainfall. Those natural adaptations have made thyme one of the easiest perennial herbs for gardeners almost everywhere. Despite its rugged nature, thyme is also exceptionally attractive. Its tiny evergreen leaves contain aromatic oils that release a warm, earthy fragrance whenever the plant is touched or harvested. That unmistakable scent has made thyme one of the world's most popular culinary herbs. It adds wonderful flavor to roasted vegetables, soups, stews, poultry, marinades, sauces, and countless meat dishes, bringing a classic Mediterranean character to everyday cooking. Another reason thyme remains so popular is the incredible diversity of available varieties. Common thyme continues to be the standard choice for cooking, while lemon thyme contributes a refreshing citrus aroma that pairs beautifully with seafood and chicken. Orange thyme offers another fragrant variation, while creeping thyme spreads low across the ground, forming dense carpets that look stunning between stepping stones, around patios, and along garden paths. Beyond its culinary value, thyme is also highly ornamental. During late spring and summer, the plants become covered with masses of tiny white, pink, or lavender flowers that create a delicate blanket of color above the foliage. These blossoms attract bees, butterflies, and countless beneficial pollinating insects, making thyme one of the best herbs for supporting local pollinator populations. Caring for thyme requires very little effort. It thrives in full sunshine and performs best in soil that drains quickly. In fact, rich, constantly wet soil often causes more problems than dry conditions. Once the plant becomes established, it usually needs nothing more than occasional pruning to maintain its compact shape and encourage fresh growth. Many gardeners intentionally plant thyme beside pathways, patios, and entrances where people naturally brush against the foliage. Every gentle touch releases its pleasant fragrance into the air, creating a welcoming sensory experience throughout the garden. As thyme ages, the lower stems gradually become woody while fresh new growth continues developing above. If older plants eventually become sparse, healthy new plants can easily be produced from simple stem cuttings. Whether growing in containers, herb beds, rock gardens, or along walkways, thyme consistently proves that the toughest plants are often among the most rewarding. Beautiful, fragrant, productive, and incredibly resilient, it earns its place in almost every perennial herb garden. 4. Mint, the energetic herb that never stops growing. Few perennial herbs display the energy and determination of mint. Once it settles into a garden, it quickly becomes one of the fastest growing and most productive plants you can cultivate. Its fresh fragrance, vigorous growth, and ability to thrive under a wide range of conditions have made it a favorite among gardeners across the world. One of mint's greatest strengths is its remarkable resilience. Every spring it returns with renewed vigor, recovering easily from freezing winters, occasional drought, and even periods of neglect. Few herbs bounce back as quickly or spread as enthusiastically. Mint also offers an impressive selection of varieties. Peppermint delivers a bold, cooling sensation. Spearmint provides a milder and sweeter taste. Chocolate mint surprises gardeners with hints of cocoa, while orange mint adds refreshing citrus notes to both the garden and the kitchen. Although each variety has its own distinctive aroma and flavor, they all share the same vigorous growth habit that makes mint so dependable. This herb performs best in fertile, consistently moist soil and appreciates partial shade, making it an excellent choice for areas where many Mediterranean herbs struggle. Damp borders, shaded corners, and cooler parts of the garden often provide ideal growing conditions. However, experienced gardeners quickly learn one important fact about mint: it loves to spread. Underground stems travel rapidly beneath the soil, producing new shoots far away from the original plant. If left unrestricted, mint can quickly overtake flower beds and compete with neighboring plants for space. Because of this enthusiastic growth, many gardeners choose to grow it in containers or install underground barriers that keep the roots under control. Fortunately, frequent harvesting only encourages even more vigorous growth. Regularly cutting fresh stems stimulates the plant to become fuller, healthier, and increasingly productive throughout the season. Fresh leaves are available for harvest almost continuously, while any surplus can easily be dried and stored for future use. In the kitchen, mint proves incredibly versatile. Its refreshing flavor enhances herbal teas, desserts, fruit salads, beverages, marinades, sauces, and countless savory dishes. Just a handful of fresh leaves instantly brightens recipes with a cool, clean taste that few herbs can match. Beyond cooking, mint has played an important role in traditional herbal practices for centuries. Its naturally cooling qualities and pleasant aroma have made it a popular ingredient in herbal teas, essential oils, balms, natural remedies, and personal care products. Mint also contributes practical benefits outdoors. Its strong fragrance may help discourage mosquitoes, ants, and certain other insects, making it a valuable addition near patios, pathways, and outdoor seating areas where people can enjoy its refreshing scent. Combining exceptional productivity, wonderful fragrance, remarkable durability, and endless culinary uses, mint continues to earn its place among the finest perennial herbs. Once you invite it into your garden, you'll soon understand why so many gardeners find it impossible to imagine growing without it. 5. Oregano, a tough Mediterranean herb. Full of rich flavor. For generations, oregano has been one of the defining herbs of Mediterranean cooking, contributing its bold, unmistakable flavor to pizzas, pasta sauces, grilled vegetables, roasted meats, and countless traditional recipes. Yet beyond its culinary reputation, oregano has also earned recognition as one of the most resilient perennial herbs a gardener can grow. This hardy plant thrives where many others struggle. Dry summers, rocky soil, poor fertility, and intense sunlight rarely slow its growth. In fact, oregano often develops its richest aroma and strongest flavor when exposed to slightly challenging conditions, because mild stress encourages the leaves to produce higher concentrations of aromatic oils. Interestingly, giving oregano less attention frequently results in a better harvest. Once established, it tolerates drought with remarkable ease while surviving both scorching summers and light winter frosts. Every spring, fresh green shoots emerge from the woody base, gradually forming a dense mound of fragrant foliage that becomes larger each season. Although the leaves remain relatively small, they are packed with intense flavor. Warm, earthy, slightly peppery, and wonderfully aromatic, oregano complements tomatoes, cheeses, grilled meats, roasted vegetables, soups, stews, sauces, and countless Mediterranean dishes. Even a small amount is enough to transform the character of an entire meal. For centuries, oregano has also been valued because it naturally contains antioxidant and antibacterial compounds, making it one of the most respected herbs in traditional Mediterranean culture. Beyond the kitchen, oregano contributes beauty to the landscape as well. Throughout the summer, clusters of delicate pink, lavender, or purple flowers rise above the foliage, attracting bees, butterflies, and numerous beneficial insects that support a thriving garden ecosystem. Growing oregano requires very little effort. It prefers abundant sunshine and sharply draining soil, and once established, occasional watering together with regular harvesting is often all that is needed to keep the plant healthy and productive. As the years pass, older plants may gradually develop woody stems near their base. Fortunately, dividing mature clumps every few seasons quickly restores vigorous growth, while providing additional plants that can be used elsewhere in the garden or shared with fellow gardeners. Rich in flavor, highly ornamental, exceptionally drought-tolerant, and remarkably easy to maintain, oregano remains one of the most rewarding perennial herbs for gardeners of every experience level. It proves that one small plant can provide years of beauty, fragrance, and unforgettable flavor with very little effort. 6. Sage, a timeless herb filled with history and elegance. Few perennial herbs possess the beauty, character, and long history of sage. Its soft, silver-green foliage, gentle fragrance, and graceful appearance allow it to blend effortlessly into ornamental landscapes as well as productive herb gardens. Combining visual appeal with practical usefulness, sage has remained one of the world's favorite herbs for centuries. Native to the Mediterranean region, it naturally flourishes in sunny, dry environments with excellent drainage. Unlike many garden plants that appreciate consistently moist soil, sage actually performs best when conditions remain relatively dry, making it especially valuable in areas where excessive watering is difficult or undesirable. Once fully established, sage becomes an exceptionally dependable plant. It handles periods of drought with ease, resists many common pests and diseases, and requires very little maintenance, making it an excellent long-term addition to almost any garden. One of sage's most recognizable features is its distinctive foliage. The velvety leaves have a wonderfully soft texture, and gently rubbing them between your fingers releases a rich herbal fragrance filled with earthy, warm, and slightly peppery notes. That unmistakable scent immediately brings to mind comforting home-cooked meals and centuries of traditional herbal use. In the kitchen, sage offers one of the boldest flavors of any culinary herb. It pairs beautifully with roasted poultry, potatoes, stuffing, creamy sauces, squash, mushrooms, and many autumn-inspired dishes. Even a few fresh leaves can dramatically deepen the flavor of an entire recipe. Lightly frying sage leaves in butter creates an especially aromatic garnish that elevates both simple family dinners and elegant restaurant-style meals. Throughout history, sage has been admired for much more than its culinary qualities. Ancient civilizations regarded it as a symbol of wisdom, longevity, and healing. Herbal infusions made from its leaves were traditionally prepared to promote general well-being, while dried bundles of sage were burned during various ceremonies because of their pleasant fragrance and cultural significance. As the years pass, sage gradually develops into a handsome semi-woody shrub that continues providing beauty for many seasons. During late spring and early summer, elegant spikes of blue-violet flowers rise above the silvery foliage, attracting bees, butterflies, hummingbirds, and many other valuable pollinators. These colorful blooms add height, movement, and seasonal interest while supporting the surrounding ecosystem. Caring for sage is refreshingly simple. A light pruning after flowering encourages fresh growth while helping maintain a compact, attractive shape. In colder regions, applying a protective layer of mulch around the base during winter helps insulate the roots against severe freezing temperatures. The one condition sage dislikes most is constantly wet soil, so avoiding excessive watering remains the key to keeping it healthy. Elegant, fragrant, resilient, and deeply connected to centuries of gardening tradition, sage continues to deserve its reputation as one of the finest perennial herbs available. More than simply a flavorful ingredient, it stands as a living symbol of endurance, beauty, and timeless usefulness in the garden. 7. Lemon balm, the refreshing herb that brings calm to the garden. Among perennial herbs, few create such an immediate feeling of freshness and tranquility as lemon balm. Simply brushing against its soft leaves releases a gentle lemon fragrance that drifts through the air, instantly making the garden feel brighter and more relaxing. Its pleasant scent, lush green foliage, and easygoing nature have made it a favorite among gardeners for generations. Although lemon balm belongs to the mint family and shares its vigorous growth, it has a much gentler personality. Where mint often spreads aggressively, lemon balm offers a softer appearance and a more delicate citrus aroma, while still returning faithfully every spring with fresh new growth. Once established, it quickly fills herb gardens, containers, and borders with vibrant green foliage that remains attractive throughout the growing season. One reason this herb is so widely appreciated is its adaptability. It performs beautifully in both full sun and partial shade, allowing it to thrive in many different parts of the garden. It also reproduces easily from seed, stem cuttings, and underground runners, making it an excellent choice even for first-time gardeners who want dependable results with very little effort. The foliage is one of its greatest attractions. Soft, gently textured leaves with rounded, heart-like shapes contain aromatic oils that release a sweet lemon fragrance whenever they are touched. Unlike the sharp scent of fresh lemons, lemon balm offers a softer, smoother citrus aroma that feels comforting and refreshing at the same time. Walking past a healthy patch of lemon balm can make the entire garden feel more peaceful. In the kitchen, this herb is wonderfully versatile. Fresh leaves can be added to herbal teas, fruit salads, desserts, homemade syrups, infused water, lemonade, and refreshing summer drinks. Its delicate citrus flavor enhances recipes without overpowering other ingredients, making it a favorite for anyone who enjoys fresh herbal flavors. Many gardeners especially appreciate harvesting lemon balm in the evening to prepare a relaxing cup of tea. Freshly picked leaves steeped in hot water create a soothing herbal drink with a pleasant citrus aroma that many people enjoy before bedtime after a busy day. Beyond its culinary uses, lemon balm has been valued for centuries in traditional herbal practices. Throughout history, it has been associated with relaxation, emotional well-being, digestive comfort, and restful sleep, making it one of the most cherished, calming herbs in traditional gardens. During the flowering season, the plant becomes even more valuable. Tiny white or pale yellow blossoms appear among the foliage and quickly attract bees along with many other beneficial pollinators. In fact, lemon balm is considered one of the finest nectar-producing herbs available, helping support healthy pollinator populations while bringing movement and life into the garden. Like its close relative mint, lemon balm can spread enthusiastically under favorable conditions. For that reason, many gardeners choose to grow it in containers or trim it regularly to keep it neatly contained. Fortunately, frequent harvesting only encourages the plant to become fuller and produce even more fresh foliage. More than simply another culinary herb, lemon balm creates an atmosphere of comfort throughout the garden. Its refreshing fragrance enhances patios, pathways, and seating areas, while its lush foliage contributes beauty and texture from spring until autumn. Fragrant, productive, calming, and exceptionally easy to grow, lemon balm continues to be one of the most rewarding perennial herbs for gardeners who appreciate both beauty and practicality. 8. Rosemary, the evergreen herb that stands the test of time. Few perennial herbs have earned as much admiration through the centuries as rosemary. Famous for its evergreen foliage, unmistakable fragrance, and remarkable toughness, this Mediterranean native has become a symbol of strength, endurance, and longevity. Its ability to thrive where many other plants struggle explains why rosemary continues to be one of the world's most treasured herbs. Native to the warm coastal regions surrounding the Mediterranean Sea, rosemary naturally flourishes in bright sunshine, dry conditions, and sharply draining soil. Unlike moisture-loving plants, it actually performs best when the soil is allowed to dry slightly between waterings. Too much moisture remains one of the few conditions capable of causing serious problems for this otherwise resilient herb. Given plenty of sunlight and well-drained soil, rosemary can remain healthy and productive for decades. Its narrow, needle-like leaves stay green throughout the year, providing welcome color even during winter when many other garden plants have gone dormant. Rubbing the foliage releases a rich aroma that combines hints of pine, wood, and subtle citrus notes, creating one of the most recognizable fragrances in the herb garden. This distinctive scent has made rosemary famous across countless cultures. In ancient Greece, it was associated with memory, learning, and mental clarity, and historical records describe students wearing wreaths woven from rosemary while studying because the herb was believed to improve concentration. In the kitchen, rosemary remains one of the boldest culinary herbs available. Its rich flavor pairs beautifully with roasted meats, poultry, potatoes, vegetables, homemade bread, soups, stews, and many traditional Mediterranean dishes. Even a single sprig can fill an entire recipe with warmth and aromatic complexity. Rosemary is also widely used to flavor cooking oils, vinegars, and compound butters, adding depth to everyday meals. Beyond its culinary importance, rosemary plays a valuable role in supporting wildlife. It is among the earliest herbs to bloom each year, producing delicate blue, lavender, or violet flowers during late winter and early spring when few other nectar sources are available. These blossoms provide essential food for bees and other beneficial pollinators at a time when they need it most. In regions with mild winters, rosemary remains attractive throughout every season. Its evergreen structure adds texture, fragrance, and architectural beauty to herb gardens, ornamental borders, containers, and landscape plantings all year long. Caring for rosemary is remarkably simple. It requires abundant sunshine, excellent drainage, and occasional pruning to maintain a compact, healthy shape. In colder climates where severe frosts occur, many gardeners prefer growing rosemary in containers so it can easily be moved indoors or into protected locations during winter. Allowing the soil to dry moderately before watering again keeps the roots healthy and encourages vigorous growth. Another reason rosemary remains so popular is how easily it can be propagated. Healthy stem cuttings root readily, allowing gardeners to produce numerous new plants from a single mature specimen. With proper care, one rosemary shrub can provide decades of harvests while supplying countless new plants for future gardens. In parts of the Mediterranean, ancient rosemary bushes have survived for generations, standing as living examples of the plant's incredible resilience. For anyone looking to invest in a truly long-lasting herb, rosemary is difficult to surpass. Evergreen, fragrant, productive, exceptionally durable, and deeply connected to both culinary and cultural history, rosemary continues to hold its place as one of the finest perennial herbs a gardener can grow.